Coming up, Tzu Chi completes rice distributions in Cite Soleil, Haiti, aiding over 900 families. To help bring relief to the ill, TIMA continues to hold free clinics wherever they are needed. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Dennis Wu. Thank you for joining us. Starting today's program in the Caribbean, Tzu Chi volunteers finished distributing a total of 500 tons of rice to families in need in Haiti for this year, with the last distribution held in Cite Soleil on September 19th. We now learn how the work was carried out safely.
At this rice distribution, without police on site, a minor scuffle almost broke out. Fortunately, 56 local volunteers and the teachers of St. Antoine Kindergarten helped maintain order while checking the rice distribution slips. Carrying 10-kilogram bags of rice from Taiwan on their heads, the residents rejoice at receiving the urgently needed food.
Thank you, Taiwan's Tzu Chi. Now my 3 children will have food to eat after school.
After distributing rice at St. Antoine Kindergarten on September 17th, Tzu Chi volunteers held another rice distribution on September 19th on behalf of more than 900 households.
Our 8 recipients live in houses with metal roofs like these. Some of the houses are even built with tree branches and paper boxes. Of course, the roofs are corrugated metal sheets.
The harsh living conditions have led to several deaths.
I have 4 children who passed away without any apparent cause, so I only have a grandchild left. The rice from Tzu Chi is my only hope for survival. God bless the master. Thank you, Taiwan's Tzu Chi.
On the last day of Tzu Chi's rice distributions in Haiti in 2015, 5 police officers were on scene to maintain order, so that the Tzu Chi volunteers could distribute rice to a total of 968 households, bringing hope to these families in need.
Returning to Taiwan, we turn our attention to one of the 51 schools Tzu Chi Foundation helped rebuild after the 9/1 earthquake, the Chaoguang Elementary School in Nantou County. At the school's groundbreaking ceremony, Hong Yijun, who was a 5th grader at the time, was invited to acknowledge the foundation on behalf of the school for its contribution, which subsequently had a profound impact on her life.
16 years ago, Hong Yijun stood before fellow students and teachers at the groundbreaking ceremony of Chaoguang Elementary School to thank the Tzu Chi Foundation for helping reconstruct the school following the 91 earthquake. The little girl in the photo is now all grown up. We organized speeches and various performances for the groundbreaking ceremony. We had planned for it ahead of time because we were so excited about the reconstruction of our new school. The original Chaoguang Elementary collapsed during the 91 earthquake, and the new school grounds were only completed after Hong Yijun graduated. Setting foot in her alma mater once again, although the surroundings are no longer how Yijun remembers them, what hasn't changed, however, are her teachers' warm and friendly smiles.
他是我幼稚园老师，
对，抱一下。你还有印象吗？
我知道了。
对呀。
Besides reuniting with her kindergarten teacher, Yijun also bumped into her 6th grade teacher who happened to be at the school on the same day.
那我同学，
你看校长都很慎重，就每个老师。
Flipping through some old photos, Yijun and teacher Wu Shouting took a trip down memory lane.
These pictures were taken during the reconstruction. Look, here you all are. You were helping pave the interlocking bricks, remember? This was our classroom which collapsed. Yijun was an outstanding student. She often represented the school competing in national competitions.
我从小就是比较外向。
As a child, I was always outgoing, but I've learned to become more grounded over the years.
近年我觉得是有比较沉静一些。
As Yijun's father, Hong Qifeng, headed the school's parent committee, he was involved in the school's reconstruction post-9/1. Touched by Tzu Chi's efforts to aid the reconstruction of schools damaged during the quake, Hong Qifeng and his wife decided to join Tzu Chi's ranks. Following in their footsteps, Eugene later joined the Tzu Chi club when she was in university.
志工这件事情是一辈子的事情。
As a volunteer, she has never faltered in her commitment. And what makes us really proud is that she knows this is the path she wants to take.
很令我们欣慰的就是，她自己知道自己该走哪一条路。
Just like the Tzu Chi Foundation helped her school following the 1991 earthquake, Eugene has made it her life's mission to extend the same love and kindness to all those in need.
Moving southward, Phang Liao High School in屏东County is one of the 5 schools that Tzu Chi will be helping rebuilding in the region. As the school is famous for its sport programs and thus attracts student athletes not from around the area, and therefore requiring room and board, the foundation is building a new dormitory here so that these young athletes can focus on winning competitions.
At about 7 in the morning, this gym is already full of youthful energy. Spiking and diving, these kids hone their volleyball techniques several hundred times a day. That's why Phang Liao High School's girls volleyball team is among the top 4 in the country.
The school's volleyball team is pretty good, so that's why I chose here instead of out-of-county schools.
It's gratifying to see these kids work so hard. They want to do well too, so they can get accepted into college.
The coach is also an alumna of the school. 10 years ago, he gave up an assignment in the city to come back to serve his alma mater and these disadvantaged students in isolated屏东County, who can only make their dream come true by excelling in sports.
喜欢打，有兴趣，打出兴趣了。
In order to get the practice they need, these athletes in training all live at the school. But upon arriving at the boys' dormitory, one sees some 50 beds lined up in an open room.
50几个，然后有应该不只有一个排球队吧？
还有柔道跟羽球。
你都挂在窗户旁边，
因为没有那个什么衣橱。
少人一起还是希望大同步？
少
人。
因为这样可以自己整理自己的东西啊。
At the girls' dormitory next door, several of them share a small room together. Their desks sit beneath the raised beds. Though they each have less than 3 square meters of personal space, they are still happy.
I can read and do my homework while chatting with my friends or eating my meals here. The bed on top is where I sleep. I think this is an efficient use of space.
Living away from home, these girls like to live together, but without a place to dry their laundry, they hang their washed clothes in their room, leaving it humid and musty.
We hang our laundry here. The clothes dry very slowly. We can only rely on the fan.
The boys' dormitory was built 43 years ago. As concrete walls have cracked, exposing the steel pillars within, the Tzu Chi Foundation decided to help build the students a proper dormitory.
To give the students a proper bedroom and a place to dry their clothes, in the new dormitory, 6 people will share one room, while there will be 4 outdoor decks for clotheslines.
This is where you will set up the clotheslines. On the 2 sides are entrances. A door will be placed here. So this is a semi-outdoor area.
The new dormitory will be 2 stories tall and will have a total of 15 rooms, plus a rec room, a dining room, and a pantry to accommodate 90 students.
In terms of structural integrity, the greater number of the steel bars used are at a higher standard than normally used in a building this size. Even the concrete too, as Tzu Chi demands higher quality.
Now our students can live and study here at school, free of worries.
The design of the new dormitory will be that of Tzu Chi's other buildings and feature a grey exterior and arched roof. It is scheduled to be completed by winter break. With a proper dormitory, these students can now focus on accomplishing their dreams.
In Taoyuan's Daxi, after Typhoon Sodolo swept through Taiwan, the roof of Mr. Chen's rental home began to leak whenever it rained. As his landlord planned to fix it, Mr. Chen decided to clean everything out before moving. In face of this daunting task, he asked Tzu Chi volunteers for a little help.
Today in Taoyuan, 30-some Tzu Chi volunteers are on a special mission to empty this house of its belongings.
Some of these items are my brother's. He suffered a stroke a few years ago and now lives at a home. The recent typhoon tore through the roof. This house is no longer livable, so I asked the Tzu Chi volunteers if they could help me clear away everything.
Tzu Chi volunteers have cared for Mr. Chen for the past 6 years, and knowing he needed a helping hand, they immediately sprang into action.
His friend lent him this house, and now that it's damaged, the friend was worried about his health and safety, so he wants to repair it. So Mr. Chen asked us to help him clean up so he can return an empty, clean house to his friend. This way he can rest easy looking for a new place to live.
When he gave me the home, it was empty, and that's how I want to return it to him. This way there's no misunderstanding in our friendship, right?
Though he may not be rich in terms of money, Mr. Chen is rich in life as he counts his blessings.
Helping him this time, he was grateful. He kept saying that he's so glad we came to help and he won't bother us with anything else.
The volunteers are keeping their eyes out for a nearby rental for me. My friend has also asked me to stay at his place temporarily, but one step at a time. I want to clean up this place before I think about doing something else.
Though the volunteers are tired from the nearly 6-hour project, they know it was well worth the effort, as this is the best gift they could have given to Mr. Chen ahead of Mid-Autumn Festival.
For the past couple of days, we have been following the heartbreaking tale of the young Ma Hongying of China's Guangdong. In the final episode, we see how this family, torn apart by tragedy, was able to repair their relationship through love and understanding.
Dongguan was a relatively small town in the 1980s. However, over the past 3 decades, it has flourished into a major city. Known as the world's factory, it has also become home to the some 8.3 million migrant workers who have come here to seek job opportunities. Ma Hongying's father, Ma Chengjun, is one of them. Following her daughter's accident, Li Tingyan decided to quit her job to look after Hongying full-time, leaving Ma Chengjun to become the sole provider of his family. However, the sky-high medical expenses soon exhausted the family's savings, and their financial troubles put a strain on their relationship.
We often had arguments. I blamed him for not trying hard enough and blamed him for what happened to our daughter. I made him carry all the responsibility for it. Not an expressive person by nature, Ma Chengjun feels a sense of regret deep down for what happened to his family. He works long hours in the hopes of saving enough money to cover his daughter's medical bills. When Tzu Chi volunteers met with Ma and his wife to discuss subsidizing the surgeries, the divide between Ma and his family was as clear as day. As Hongying is scheduled to be discharged from the hospital today, Tzu Chi volunteers picked Ma Chengjun up from his workplace and drove him to the hospital.
If she had not been caught up in the explosion, she would have been in 2nd grade already.
我说你有没有很想念你老爸？
Today, the Ma family will be reunited once again. Ma Hongmei, Hongying's oldest sister, also returned from Henan to be with her family. Meanwhile, Tzu Chi volunteers have already created a heartwarming atmosphere inside the ward.
Give me 5, no problem.
Ma Chengjun breaks into a big smile at the sight of his daughter.
Lower your head.
心情不好的时候，可不可以发脾气？可不可以对妈妈大吼大叫？不可以，对不对？自己说，可不可以？不可以。
Although the accident caused the family to drift apart, Tzu Chi volunteers have helped them come to terms with their pain and ultimately repair their relationship with one another.
家里已经转了好多遍，只有温暖的房间。爸爸说幸福就在亲
Wrapping up her tour around Taiwan, Master Zeng Yan has arrived at the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. Besides getting a report on caring for burn victims of the Bali water park explosion, the Master also thanked the medical staff for their continuing dedication.
After Master Zeng Yan arrives at Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, more than 200 staff members take a group photo with her in celebration of the hospital's 10th anniversary. The medical team reported on how they care for burn victims of the Bali water park explosion, including how the hospital management and different departments race against time to provide the best medical treatment the moment the burn victims were sent to the emergency room.
I want to thank all 3 doctors in the surgical intensive care unit for their attentive care. Our experts from Division of Infectious Diseases also gave the burn victims antibiotics. On top of that, we conducted debridement and placed patients in isolation wards. All of these efforts made a difference.
Staff of different departments worked as a team in caring for the burn victims, and thereby renewed their initial vow to serve those in need.
We asked outside nurses to sign up to help as we needed a lot of manpower. Many people joined us as they could not bear to see the patients suffer. Everyone wanted to do his or her part to help out.
Burn patients who had been discharged also returned to thank the medical team for helping them.
为了这一次的烧烫伤的事情，几乎是每一颗的，但是呢，在里面呢，天天呐、在照顾，时时在守护的，不断的在要换药的，这都是最痛苦的时刻里，这天天也都是这样的，用虔诚的祈祷。
In conclusion, the Master thanked the medical staff for safeguarding the body and mind of these young people during their most painful moments.
Tzu Chi International Medical Association was established to bring quality medical care to those in need, wherever they are needed in the world. For this leg of our program, we will be focusing on the organization's effort both domestically and abroad. First, we will learn about the Northern TIMA chapter's regular free clinics at the plaza of New Taipei City Hall to serve the country's foreign laborers.
To show support to Taiwan's foreign laborers, a cultural festival is being held at the plaza of New Taipei City Hall. Besides the traditional Indonesian dance, these Indonesians are here to volunteer.
You are the pearls of Indonesia, and you pearls are the most precious treasures of TIMA.
The Northern TIMA chapter is holding a free clinic here. These volunteers are especially helpful when psychiatrists are giving consultations. Traditional Chinese medicine is another popular department.
I feel much better now after my acupuncture treatment. I don't feel numb in my arms anymore.
As they help care for our elderly or children, sometimes they cannot always get a good night's rest. Thus, it is common that they suffer neck and back pain.
Through giving, TIMA volunteers are also receiving. Through volunteering, Zhang Tiancai has learned to cope with the loss of his wife from cancer. Zhang Mingting, a nurse, has learned to operate an autocorrecto refractometer topographer.
Thanks to Dr. He, I have learned to operate the machine. By the 3rd try, I already knew what I was doing.
Serving these workers from abroad with a grateful heart, Tzu Chi volunteers want them to know that Taiwan is their home as well.
Huayu is a village on the remote Hua Isle, which is a part of澎湖archipelago. As the village has around 200 residents, many of them elderly, and only one medical clinic staffed by a single nurse, 60 TIMA volunteers recently traveled here to hold a free medical clinic. Here's more.
With supplies ready, the 60 volunteers board the ship that will take them to澎湖Hua Isle. Finally arriving at their destination, excitement grows. However, these visitors are not here for relaxation, but something more important. The free clinic will be held at the island's only clinic. And as medical staff set up their equipment, volunteers inform neighbors about the event. Without a doctor on the island to refer to, most residents simply endure the discomfort of their medical conditions. Volunteers are here today to change that. Many children showed up at the clinic.
I came here to get my teeth cleaned.
And seniors were also very much in evidence.
No matter how difficult the journey is, as long as I can get my problem solved, I will be really happy.
Residents could choose from doctors in internal or general medicine, ENT, dentistry, and ophthalmology.
We've seen several of the older residents with chronic conjunctivitis, dry eye symptoms, and cataracts.
This will help with your digestion. I'm prescribing this for you to take after each meal.
With Huayu Village too small to support a full-time doctor, it is up to the team of volunteers to ensure that residents here get the medical care they need and deserve.
Situated some 48 kilometers away from the Tzu Chi, Brazil liaison office in Sao Paulo, Arujá is a city characterized by economic inequality. On one end of the city are affluent neighborhoods where the rich from Sao Paulo choose to spend their holidays in their vacation homes, while on the other end are communities plagued by poverty. To address the needs of the impoverished in the area, Tzu Chi volunteers recently organized a free clinic at a local school in Arujá, giving residents access to basic health care.
These lavish modern vacation homes are where the wealthy from Sao Paulo come to spend their holidays. However, surrounding these affluent neighborhoods are communities plagued by ongoing poverty, highlighting the huge disparity between the rich and poor here in Arujá. To give residents access to basic medical care, volunteers organized a free clinic at a local school. The pediatrician's friendliness put the children's anxious heart at ease. The dentist provides a thorough checkup for residents, while the TCM doctor kneels on the floor to humbly serve his patients. Residents were also able to get their eyes tested and choose a pair of glasses to their liking. Seeing her reflection in the mirror, this little girl breaks into a smile of gratitude and appreciation.
We go to Australia at the end of today's program to celebrate the opening of the new Tzu Chi Adelaide liaison office. In just some 4 years, the number of certified Tzu Chi volunteers here grew from just 1 to now 23, which was no easy task. Thank you for watching today's program. Goodbye.